And not so happy news. Credit card debt is at an all-time high at $1.1 trillion. And this is what's happening with it. Hey, this is Jay Lieberman over at Real Estate Minute Show and Lieberman Realty Group. Credit card debt is the highest it's ever been at $1.13 trillion as of last quarter. That's a massive sign, obviously, that things are headed in the wrong direction. And when people say inflation is over, we've all settled in. Well, inflation is still way up, and it's maybe come down a little bit from the way up, not from where it was. So when eggs were $2.50 and now they're $5, maybe it's down to $4.45 now. But you see the difference, right? You know, you shop. I mean, I went to the market myself the other day and I saw things. I'm like, oh my God. You know, a pound of apples is like $5, it's just really insane. And they also say that the wages are increasing as well. Well, I would agree with you. However, let's look under the hood. Let's raise the hood up a little bit. Let's see what's inside. It was just reported that credit card default, meaning over 30 days late on a credit card bill, is up over 3.5% to 4% now, which is a bad sign, which means people are using their credit cards more, which means that they can't even make the minimum payments, which means that their wages are not keeping up with the rate of inflation, or they lost their job. There's been tons of layoffs. This is the underlying piece that nobody really talks about. When you see these people standing up on podiums and the government telling you certain things, you got to look under the hood and see what's coming, because this is a freight train. Now, this doesn't mean that the world's coming to an end. This just means that there is over $1 trillion, the highest ever by far, of consumer debt that's floating around this country right now. And 3.5 to 4% of them so far, and it's just starting to rumble up, can't make their payments on them, which means that credit cards then start, certain procedures, collections, credit hits. People can't qualify for other consumer loans. People can't qualify for mortgages. And that hurts the housing market, which is a lot of the stuff we talk about here. We talk about housing. We talk about investment property, wealth, legacy, building that stuff. And it's really hard to build that stuff when you have a 520 credit score now because you couldn't make your credit card payments because eggs are $18 a dozen. All right, so you see this whole thing kind of dominoes down. So just be aware of that. And also, if you're in the market to buy a property for personal or investment, understand that if you have credit card debt on there, it doesn't just go away. You can't just say, well, I'm making the minimum payment, so I'm good. No, lenders look at the credit card debt as a slice, a chunk of debt. Some lenders may disqualify you from borrowing because the credit card minimum payment, or the payment they think you should make, is too much and it puts you over the limit. Sometimes they make you pay off the credit card in order to and refi it into the loan, which sometimes can make sense if you're paying a high rate credit card and you're buying it into a mortgage loan. Even though mortgage rates are 7.5%, it still is better than 15% on the credit card. So just be aware of that looming issue that's out there and keep a watch on it. Don't just trust what you read in here.